The U.S. government has enacted an unprecedented ban on the use of TikTok on federal government devices. Let's start with, why was the ban imposed? In recent years, various members of the U.S. government have made it clear that they do not want TikTok to operate in the United States of America. This is primarily because TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Chinese-based company that members of the Senate believe is sharing information with the Chinese government and spying on its users. The bill, introduced more than a year ago, passed the House on December 14, 2022, and is likely to go to the House of Representatives for action. If it passes the House of Representatives, it will be forwarded to President Biden for enactment. If it does, however, it does not mean that TikTok will be banned in the U.S. Officials say the ban is necessary because of national security concerns about the app's China-based owner, ByteDance, but it also leaves many questions unanswered. TikTok spokeswoman Brooke Oberwetter said the company was disappointed that Congress brought the proposal forward and that it was a political gesture that does not serve national security interests. The ban means that federal agency employees will have to remove TikTok from their government-issued devices in about 2 months unless they are using the app for national security or law enforcement activities. The director of the U.S. Office of Management and Budget and other offices have 60 days to develop standards and procedures for all government employees to remove the app from their phones. Several federal agencies, including the White House, Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, and State Department, have already banned TikTok, so nothing will change for those employees. And earlier this week, Kathleen Spindor, the chief administrator of the House of Representatives, offered all staffers and lawmakers to delete the app from their devices. So, how did we get here? U.S. security concerns about TikTok have existed for years. Donald Trump initially tried unsuccessfully to ban TikTok in 2020, but bipartisan efforts to regulate and curb the app's use reached a peak in 2022 after news outlets reported that ByteDance employees accessed U.S. TikTok user data. National security concerns were heightened by warnings from the director of FBI, Chris Wray, that the Chinese government could use the app to gain access to U.S. users' devices. Several predominantly Republican-led states, including Texas, South Dakota, and Virginia, have also recently banned the use of TikTok on government-issued devices. In April, Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri introduced a ban similar to the one now in effect, calling TikTok a Trojan horse for the Chinese Communist Party. The measures, the outlines of which were largely incorporated into the ban passed Friday, was unanimously approved by the Senate in early December. Have other countries taken similar action against TikTok? While other countries, such as Indonesia, have temporarily banned TikTok, the largest country that continues to ban use of the app is India. India permanently banned TikTok along with more than 50 other Chinese apps after a deadly border dispute with China, citing national security concerns. National bans in other countries have lasted no more than a few months. Should we be concerned about TikTok more than other apps? That depends on who you ask. Several groups that work to protect digital privacy and civil liberties, such as the Electronic Frontier Foundation and Fight for the Future, say the possibility of China exploiting access to TikTok is indeed worrisome, but that other apps and services also provide government agencies, including the U.S., with similar access to user data. Unless we also want to ban Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Uber and Grubhub, it's pointless, said Fight for the Future director Evan Greer. Yes, it may be a little easier for the Chinese government to get data through TikTok than through other apps, but there are just so many ways governments can get data from apps. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have introduced bills welcoming efforts to restrict TikTok use. In addition to Hawley's bill, Senator Marco Rubio of Florida has also introduced a bill to ban the company from operating in the U.S. entirely. This is not about creative videos. This is about an app that collects data from millions of American children and adults every day, Rubio said in a press release announcing the bill, which has bipartisan support. Democratic Senator Mark Warner of Virginia has also supported efforts to ban TikTok on government devices, calling on more states to take action to protect our government technology from CCP access. What are the geopolitical implications of this ban? The U.S. has stepped up efforts in recent years to address potential national security concerns from China, including blacklisting more China-based companies and entities from the Department of Commerce, which restricts exports to them. The focus on TikTok is part of that larger campaign, but some groups warn that banning TikTok would lead to similar moves from China. Blanket bans on apps based on a company's foreign ownership will only hurt U.S. companies in the long run because countries could try to block U.S. online services for similar national security reasons, said Jillian Diebold, a policy analyst at the Center for Data Innovation. Like other privacy advocates, Diebold said policymakers should pursue more promising solutions that address underlying risks. For example, lawmakers should prioritize federal consumer privacy laws that explicitly require companies to disclose with whom they share data and hold them accountable for those disclosures, Diebold said. Could the U.S. ever ban TikTok outright? There have been several attempts to ban TikTok from operating in the U.S. entirely. Rubio's bill, for example, would block all of the company's commercial activities in the United States. But the viability of such bans has yet to be proven. Trump's earlier attempt to ban new users from downloading TikTok was blocked in court, in part because of free speech concerns. Legal counsel for EFF, Kurt Opsahl, said is a total ban and is a violation of free speech, and that Rubio's bill and similar legislative proposals to ban TikTok while ostensibly protecting America from Chinese authoritarian government are in fact adopting one of the hallmarks of China's internet strategy. A government has the right to set rules and restrictions on the use of official devices that it owns, but trying to ban TikTok from public use is something else entirely, Opsahl said. TikTok's security, privacy, and relationship with the Chinese government are indeed concerns, but a total ban is not the solution, he continued. A total ban is not tailored to the least restrictive means of addressing security and privacy concerns and instead results in a censorship strike against the speech of millions of ordinary Americans. So yes, TikTok was literally banned for the biggest security reasons America would be afraid of. We cannot tell you whether or not to use these apps, so it's up to you to decide how to protect your data and control your internet usage. You may be an active user of TikTok who scrolls down from time to time, or you may not even know this app exists. But for now, you know everything you need to know about the TikTok situation and America's response to it. And of course, if you know more about this news or just want to learn more about it, you can always tell us below in the comments section. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.